Hello, hello, and more hello. And you're going to see me in a sec because the app is loading up. I did my usual in that I totally forgot that I didn't have VTube Studio open. It happens a lot. It happens a lot. I'm sorry. I'll realize that like a minute before, and then it takes a little bit to get it going. Anyways, today, we are here for more music reactions. At least I am. I hope you are too. The first one I want to look at is a artist called Wolf Alice. I have heard nothing from them, though trying to look through their collection has made some stuff play that I didn't actually listen to. So, what what YouTube says about this is completely inaccurate. Uh, there's a lot of stuff in this list, and I'm gonna try to figure out what is what. But we're gonna end up playing some of their new stuff before some of their older stuff, and there's some live stuff in here too. So we're gonna get quite the collection. As typical, I'm gonna look at their official videos and only their official videos, as well as some live stuff. Like this one is live. This is live. More live. Yeah, for some reason, nothing in this list is organized in any real way. So we're just rolling with this. Uh, oh wow, that's from 10 years ago. This is too. Man, I wish this list was in some kind of order. Then you have 4 years. I'm not sure if that's a video or what. 8 years. Lyric videos. Lots of lyric videos. Okay. So, I think I've pruned literally everything from this list now. We're going to start with something that's apparently the newest and veer all over the place. That's just how this artist is going to be. All right, let's get to it. This one, by the way, is just two girls, apparently, at a restaurant. Okay, usually I would go a little bit longer before first pausing, but my commentary this time is not really about the music per se. Wow. We're definitely starting off in style. Uh, it's it's got some themes. Um, First, I'm not quite sure if this is her with just dark hair and blonde hair doing both roles. Um, I don't really get a comparison between them to look at. Well, we did kind of in like the what was supposed to be, I guess, the washroom scene, but that is a very weird washroom because usually you'd have like a mirror behind the sinks. In this case, there's just no mirror. It's just the like mirror image. It's a very strange washroom. So that's part of what makes me think it's, like meant to be a direct mirror that's going on here. Though first I thought we might have some fun lesbian themes. And maybe we do. It's still kind of hard to tell. And now they're just taking things from the people at this restaurant and doing things with them. Like smoking that person's cigarette and I guess giving it back after. Weird things. Weird things are going on, all right? Also, probably when I post this eventually on YouTube, it's going to get demonetized hard. Just because I think she swore like not even 30 seconds into the song. Luckily, no one can watch these on Twitch afterwards because they always get copyright claimed. But at least in real time, there's no response to making these videos. Otherwise, yeah, if this was YouTube, my stream would be down already. The YouTube guards would be out in force, beating me with sticks to tell me I shouldn't be streaming this. All right, let's get back to it. Oh, it's very jazzy, by the way, musically. Since I should actually talk about the music, that's the whole point. You know me, though. I will talk about every aspect of a video. In a lot of cases, the music is only part of the storytelling, and in this case, the visual storytelling is what I'm more interested in so far. But it's a very jazzy piece of music, a little bit pop, so like a pop jazz. But let's keep going. I'm pretty sure that's the same woman. Wait, is this a time stop video? Did they take that Japanese meme and run with it? Because these people all look to be like time stopped. They're just not moving. That is another strange thing to put into this. Anyways, let's keep going. Wait, even the smoke is time stopped. I do like the little, like, pop breakdown right here. I can appreciate that, definitely. I don't think the song is, like, anything special. She hasn't really done a lot of tricks or techniques that, like, really jump out at me, other than what you would expect from, like, a jazzy pop song. So, yeah. I'm not obviously, this is one of her newer pieces, songs, whatever you would like to call it. But so far, it's just giving me a taste of like a jazzy pop singer. I'm hoping for more. I would like more depth from her. Let's uh let's keep going. That is a long fade out. I'm just curious. They did the at thing, but it doesn't link to anything, sadly. I I'm guessing they're actually different women. They just look a lot alike. Totally a lot alike. Because I mean, it says starring, but I'm pretty sure. Yeah, this is where it would behoove me to actually like look up an artist. You know what? I'm gonna do that very thing. Let me let me do that. All right. Yeah, I'm even more confused after looking it up because presumably the singer's name is Ellie Roswell, but she is not credited at all directly in here. Yeah, yeah. I mean, they do mention like makeup artist somewhere in here. I noticed it. Yeah, Lucy uh, Boynton, makeup artist and hairstylist. So I guess they're different people. I'm just very confused. Yeah, I'm I'm definitely still very confused even after looking it up. But uh, I will say, actual song lyrics, uh, definitely a lesbian song. Definitely. I think that's now confirmed. Uh, Talking about them kissing in the park. Uh, this is one of those songs that's a lot of the chorus over and over, from what I recall of the lyrics. The video kept distracting me because the video's doing, crazy things. Like the time stop that even stopped the smoke. This actually must have cost quite a bit to make this video, which seems absurd. There's not much to it, but like doing the time stop and having you interact with things that are time stopped, that is a hard visual effect to pull off. Uh, yeah. I mean, plus you have to have like these unique sets because like that whole mirror thing in the washroom that I mentioned, that's a set. I mean, maybe they could use the same set and just green screen one side if it were the same woman on both sides and you were doing it at like a different time. But I'm still confused if it's actually two different women or not. They do look a lot alike. A lot alike. Anyways, yeah, that's our starting point. Presumably lesbian situation with a popish jazz song. Though, looking up the band to find out the singer's name, I did see that they're considered to be a rock duo. This was not very rock. This is very, like, jazzy pop. Hi, Persephone. And yeah, definitely confuses me. As my first take on Wolf Alice, I am very confused. Very confused. Let's uh let's jump like I think 7 or 8 years in the past. Yeah, 7 years ago. And get another sample. Now this is very much light rock. Okay. I want to stop for a second because these vocals. Man, these are light, airy vocals. Not what I was expecting because they're not like that jazz we had last time. Well, poppy jazz, but still very jazz influenced singing. Here, the beat is definitely like a light rock beat, but her vocals are very airy, and she's got a backing track that is a choral arrangement of what she's singing, which is a nice touch, but man, that is an unusual choice. I still don't know where we're going with this band. By the way, the other thing I will tell you from my research, UK, London based bands for this group. And You definitely get that accent here. I can hear her accent anyways. Not that I mind the accent. I love a nice British accent at times. But you definitely get that flavor here, and you didn't in the other one. Though, to be honest, she's had 7 years between the two, so I'm not exactly surprised she has less accent now. I mean, I definitely know they're popular enough. She's probably toured a good portion of the world at this point. I mean, they've been around like a decade. So, yeah. Yeah, you're going to lose your accent over time as you're exposed to others. I think I'd really prefer this one though in like a live setting cuz her vocals here are maybe too light and too airy. It's almost like they're not there. I feel like in concert, seeing this live, it would be a lot more pronounced in the mix. So I kind of wonder why they made that choice, but you know me, I am picky about my vocals. All right, let's keep going. Also, apparently Halloween themes. Good timing. Ew. Oh, jeez. Did she drink way too much? And now she's tripping? This is a very, very trippy video. Yeah. Yeah. I think that is the safest thing to call this. Man. Uh at least I can sort of classify them musically after this one. I would tend to by this, call them like folk rock. They're very like acoustic oriented for a rock band. So yeah, I think I would probably call this like folk rock. But it does get a little bit harder when it gets all trippy. Also, man, that scene where she's like puking up black blood like stuff from her mouth. No, thank you. No, thank you. I know it's Halloween season, but yeah, no thanks. No thanks. I mean, we are like what, a week or so ahead of Halloween, but still. Ah, geez, that is so trippy. By the way, this is a weird comment, and I don't quite know why I'm seeing this one first. But yeah, I, I'll get back to that thought in a second. But yeah, I was thinking of like Bjork and Radiohead for like influences for them. And I'm glad someone reminded me of the names of the bands I was trying to think of. But this is weird because they just released an album this year from what I read when I looked up like the main artist's name. Yeah, like August. Yeah, so I don't get why someone thinks the band is gone. Oh well. Oh well. I will never know why 2 months ago they think the band is gone. Maybe they don't like the direction of the newest one. I am very confused. Not that that should be a surprise. Anyways, let's keep moving. We're 7 years out again. Space and time, huh? Get us a nice scene in the woods. What shoes is she wearing to make that much noise? Oh, they're boots. That would explain it. Though, why boots with a wedding dress? I am very confused as usual. And yeah, this one feels very Radiohead. Oh, wow. Where are we 2 minutes in? That intro was so long. It's like a minute. Man, time went really quick there. Uh, yeah. This one feels like definite like Radiohead vibes. Maybe a little bit of the Clash in there. Um Also, her voice is so far down in the mix. At times, and I I I know where like the volume places this song, but the volume is like just under peaking, and sometimes I can't tell what she's saying because it's so far down in the mix. The instrumentation is louder than her. And because of that, I can't tell what she's actually saying. I can hear the space and time part usually. But yeah, you know me. That's my nitpick with a lot of bands. The vocals tend to be too far down mixed as far as I'm concerned. I prefer it much like specifically placed above the instrumentation so you can actually hear the lyrics. That's my whole issue with it because I often can't hear the lyrics when it's down mixed like that. All right. Anyways, let's keep going. That lit and airy sound again. And then I can't hear her vocals anymore. Something something forever. And I'd really love to know where the space and time theme fits into wearing this wedding dress with boots. Does she need time from her proposed wedding? Is that what the visual is supposed to be? And so much of this song is lost to environments. We have like that minute of running at the start, and then we have like a 30-second outro, which is mostly just her staring at the waves. So we hear wave sounds. Not not that I find it a bad song. Uh, I would probably enjoy this live again because up mixed for her vocals. Wow. That very first comment was very dark. Anyways, let's keep going. 8 years ago. Sort of live. having way too much fun. Clearly. Okay, I gotta say, between the effect on this and how far down it is in the mix for her vocals again, I'm having trouble actually hearing what she's saying. I know zero of the words that she just said. Ah, this is why audio engineers are so important. And yes, this was 8 years ago. I am sure they were much smaller 8 years ago than they are now. Uh, so hopefully, and the the first video we saw, which was from just a couple of months ago, that audio level's perfect. So yes, I can say in fact that they have realized that her audio levels were too far down, or at least that song is not like that. All right. I need to use the restroom really quick. I want to keep listening though, so I'm gonna switch the audio so I can hear it while I'm not in the room, and we're just oop, we're gonna keep listening while I'm gone. I will still hear it, and I will comment when I get back. All right. See you soon. gonna be a long outro. Definitely a lot of live vibes, but obviously, obviously, this is the studio version. They just like to use a lot of the live footage to make it have that feel. I love that feel, by the way. Nothing better than a live band. Even when I like a studio recording, I still want to see it live. Have that sensation. All right. Yeah, this is a very light and airy, like soft rock with a twinge of like I don't want to call it grunge. Maybe a little bit of punk is the way to put that. Some of the stylings are very punk. Not the basics of the song. The basics of the song are very much like a softer rock. I mean, I could see someone back in the 70s playing this. Probably not with a female front singer, but maybe. Maybe. I mean, there were a few. But yeah, it's got a very classic feel to it with like a modern edge. I think that's probably a good way to look at it. All right, let's keep going. Yakfu? That's a name. Okay, I mentioned the Radiohead with a bit of Clash for the other one. Now this one feels very The Clash. This is almost like straight punk. We're only 22 seconds in, and I'm like, yeah, this is punk. Clearly punk. All right, all right. Let's jump back in. Okay, it was a couple of seconds ago, but where she does that like flip up to her voice at the end of the word, that is very much like a punk styling to the vocals. You see it a lot in like British punk, so like The Clash, which I mentioned, which again is why it's like such a direct parallel for this one. Which seems very strange after all these like folk rock, soft rock sort of stuff that we've been hearing. I mean, we had little touches of punk, but not like this. And I mean, the very first song we saw, one of their newer ones, nothing like punk. It was like poppy jazz. I mean, I did say I wanted them to surprise me, and I am certainly surprised at this point by the range. Anyways, let's get back to it. shout out section here where it's just her shouting, you know, short phrases. Classic British punk. Though we did get that little section, that tiny little section where she goes back into like a rock style. Briefly, very briefly. Though maybe maybe like something I think I might have heard in some rare British punk where they'll tone it down for, just a couple of seconds only to push it back up. And maybe that's what she's going for. Not to say this is bad. Uh, I am not the audience for most of punk. I have listened to some, obviously, since I'm referencing it. But yeah, this is a wild difference from most of their music. I kind of want to know what this is like live. Also, the way she's constantly swearing. Very much British punk. I mean, punk in general, usually. I did cover a punk artist. I want to say her name is Laura Jane Grace. Just a little while ago, like a couple months ago. So yeah, that was very much like American punk, and this is very much British punk style, which seems kind of strange out of like a folky rock band, but it's fine. I'm here for it. Anyways, let's keep going. Yeah, now we're gonna get some live. Nice beats.
Perfect adjective. How am I feelings on my sleeve? I suggested it. This isn't better than just what I said I did. I am what I am, and I'm good at it. And you don't like me, well, that isn't fucking right.
Okay, before they get into anything else, let's do a little bit of commentary. First up, I love the beat to this. I am totally here for that beat. Um, she's got a little bit of like a rap flow that she's doing here, which is kind of nice. I mean, if this were more of like a metal beat, and it is definitely more of like a hard rock beat, but if it were a little bit harder, I might even call this like a borderline metalcore song because of the rap flow. Um, it's definitely interesting. Hi, Lervin. How you doing? Anyways, back to it.
To call me mad, there's a different time angry. And you try to call me has offended me. I have power, there are people who depend on me. And even you have time which depend on me. And now you all think I'm unhinged. I wind it up and there's only these things. Did you think I was a puppet on strings? Wind you up and there's only the sunshine.
Okay, that that took me off guard because that could have come out of like a 70s like classic rock band with like the harmony, even even the word they decide to harmonize, which is sunshine. It feels like we're at like Woodstock for a few minutes. Well, not minutes, but multiple seconds at least. That is such a weird mix in one song that I was saying was borderline metalcore a second ago. All right, all right. Let's get back to it.
If you want me, you can find me at the bar. Lost souls congregate at the bar. Take a minute and remember who you are. Sip a drink, sip a more, and here is
Okay. This is such an amazing mix of old and new cuz the beat with the bass very much a more modern like hard rock type construction to it, but like especially the later vocals in this and the harmonies straight out of the 70s. Just straight out of the 70s. I kind of want to make my parents listen to this just to see what sort of reaction I get from them cuz this is a wild mix. I have never heard anything quite like this. Uh, if I wasn't already interested in the group and wanting to hear more from them, this would totally sell me because this is a wild interconnection of styles. And they do it so well. If I were right now going to listen to any of these songs again, this would be it. Like, if I had to pick one I was going to listen to again, totally would be this one. Because it's just so interesting to listen to. All right. We have a few different live ones that we're going to get. So let's keep going. Oh, wow. Piano,
Who are you to
strings.
ask for anything more? Do you wait for your dancing lessons to be sent from God? You'd like His light to shine on you. You've really missed a trick when it comes to love. Always seeking what you don't have, like what you do ain't enough. You'd like a light to shine on you. And every book you take, and you dust off from the shelf, has lines between lines that you read about yourself. Does a light shine on you?
Okay. I definitely need to pause and do some commentary here. This is again a lot of like classic presentation, though this is more like an acoustic take on the song. I've obviously never heard another version of this song, but I'm guessing there's a more traditional, like folk rockish version without the piano or the strings, which haven't come in yet, but I see them. I know they're there for a reason. So yeah, I'm expecting there's definitely a very different version of this. That's the studio version. But the technique is very much like classic rock in structure. Very much like a classic rock ballad. So let's get back to it. I wanna hear these strings, all right?
And when your friends are talking, you hardly hear a word. You were the first person here, and the last man on the earth. Does a light shine on you?
In fact, I have to mention this. But the way she does the line and the light shines down on you is so much like the classic rock uh, let the light shine down on you phrasing, if you know the song I'm talking about. The way they're both structured and even most of the words are nearly one to one. So it trips me up every time she does that. Because the rest of the song, no like connection. But that part very much, yes. All right, let's keep going.
should be asking this for help. You'd like a light to shine on you.
Okay, I can't tell you what song it is right now because while I've heard millions of times classic rock songs, because that's like all my parents really listen to, I usually don't know their names because they're not stuff I listen to specifically. I just hear them when I'm around my parents. That right there, that beat was very much from a classic rock song, like one for one. This is another one I kind of want to show my parents. I think they might be able to name some of these things, these influences for me.
Penny for your true. Well, I hedge my bets on love, 'cause it's lies after lies after lies. Do even for yourself. And that a light shines on you. When your friends are talking, you hardly hear a word. You're the first person here, and the last man on the earth. But the light.
I had to let it fade away. Anyways, I did a little searching on the sides while I was listening to the end of that. And I'm pretty sure uh, Let the Light Shine Down on Me line is very much Collective Soul. Probably even a kind of similar. I mean, it would have been like a decade or a little more than a decade earlier. Because, like, that was a 1993 song from Collective Soul. I kind of want to. I kind of want to pull it up just to see if my um, thoughts. For like the influence is correct. So I might have to cut that part from YouTube, but
Give me a word, give me a sign. Show me where to look, tell me what will I find.
yes, Yes, that is what I was thinking of. I called it classic rock, but I guess technically not too classic. I definitely heard it when I was growing up, though, because 93. Wilds. Wilds. But yeah, you could hear that, like, construction to the words. You didn't hear the actual phrase, but if I let it go, you would have. And it's rhythmically mirrored by the line they just did in that little sample that I played. But yeah, that was very much the same sort of cadence and structure that she does here. All right, let's keep going with the lives. These are all wilds, just totally wild. Oh, now we're getting keyboard. Okay. Okay, I have to pause for a minute and give you some thoughts here. The wow, the keyboard parts, the little bit of a harmony we get there, it gives me those like song from Miami Vice vibes. I mean, maybe some of you aren't old enough to like get the reference, but there was very much in like the 80s, really early 90s, musically, where there's that whole like scene with like, I wouldn't call it electronica yet, but keyboards are introduced and some bands are using them already. And they do this like harmony over them. Very much the same vibes I get from this, which, because structurally it's the same thing. I don't know if that was the intent. I kind of doubt it, but yeah, I definitely get that feeling here. Yeah, the way he does like his parts and hers just sort of slot in over top of them, and it becomes, you know, that like airy tone of his is like the backing track. That is very much what was the way you did things back then. Anyways, I'll put that concept down for a second. I'm just very curious about the commentary. Okay. Okay. I've been reading the commentary, so I gotta give some shout outs here. Someone from one of those LA bands doing that like musical concept in the 80s and 90s comments about loving their music. So, yeah, yeah, very much in the same vein. Uh, Always the bass, yes. Very much in these lives, I'm totally sold on that bass part. I've commented on the bass part multiple times at this point. Just wish they wouldn't water down the album so much. They're amazing live, and this is a stellar performance. Also, yes, if this is not how the studio version sounds, the studio version is the wrong version to listen to. Also, modern Fleetwood Mac? Not sure I'd say that about this song, but man, that's some commentary. All right, let's get back to it. You know what? I think this is one of those bands I should have started with the live and gone to the studio version from there. Because the lives are amazing. I just want to keep listening to this. Uh, I I want to get in some of the newer stuff. I'm just not sure what is newer. Also, I was well, one of the comments on that very first song we saw said that it seemed like a follow up to Bros. So let's listen to Bros and see if it is a follow up. I might agree though, just from the start of it. Okay, I gotta stop and make some commentary. But man, definitely similar vibes. I don't get the like lesbian vibes I got off of that first one, but yeah, very, very much similar. Obviously, this is them when they're like 9 or 10, and the other one is at like 25, 28, something like that. So, like a decade or two later, which kind of explains why the vibes can be very different. But yeah, yeah. That this is two girls, two young girls, just hanging out, being girls, doing girl things. I love that. It is such a nice thing to see. Our media really doesn't show like enough of that. Like in my generation, there were like a few like shows you could see that had that. I, I mean, like Punky Brewster. I remember that. Mostly in the form of reruns, but I don't know what like a modern series with like girls being girls is a thing. Can you name any? So I like that this is just, two girls being girls. Anyways, let's keep going.
Oh, there's no one quite like you. Jump that 43. Are you wild like me? Raised by wolves and other beasts. I tell you all the time, I'm not bad. You tell me all the time, I got plans. Oh, jump that 43. Are you wild like me? Raised by wolves and other beasts. I tell you all the time, I'm not mad. You tell me all the time, I got plans.
I don't think the two songs are musically related at all. This is very much like a indie rock, soft rock sort of song. Uh, the Just Two Girls one. Oh, and that's behind the scenes. I'm kind of curious about that, but I won't watch it on stream. That that is just like such a different genre because it's like a pop jazz song, some mix of the two. I'm very curious if this was in some sort of show after some of these comments. Anyways, uh, again, kind of like that one, the video grabs my attention more than the song. Because it's just adorable watching these girls be girls. Makes me wish, like, my own childhood was vastly different from how it was. Man, it could have been so much more fun. Instead of like living in this like small city or town that they're in here, I grew up in the countryside and the closest house was like a farmer. And I don't think they had kids at all, actually. I think it was like an older couple and all their kids were grown up. Anyways, I had zero involvement with them. So, yeah. What do I have to play with? Cows. I had cows. And you don't want to play with cows when you're like 7 or 8. In fact, you're told not to play with the cows. So, for me, no besties growing up, which makes me a little sentimental about this song. Definitely. All right. And can I find these? I think this is one of the newer ones. No, that's 8 years ago. 4 years ago. Oh, 3 months.
Hope nobody comes to tame her. She can be free. Sick of second guessing my behavior.
Now, sorry. Again, this is one of those newer songs, and sorry. The first newer song we looked at, I called it Poppy Jazz. And this again sounds a lot like Poppy Jazz and not so much the rock. I'm quite curious if this is like the trend with their current music. Because it's all I've heard so far.
What I want to be. Just let me lie here on the sofa and put the rebounds on TV. I'll be fine, I'll be okay. I feel kinda lucky right now and I'm not ashamed.
Definitely larger budgets for the videos, though.
I can be sad, I can be a bitch when I am mad. I wanna settle down, only for the love. And sometimes I just want to fuck. I love my life, I love my life. Sometimes I just want to. Let me lie here all day. Let me lie here on the sofa, the sofa, the sofa, on the sofa.
What did I expect from a song about sofas? Come on. Though, this reminds me of the whole, like, sofa spuds phenomena when I was, like, growing up. Basically, uh, government was sort of obsessed with, like, people gaining weight and talking about how People would just sit in front of the TV on their sofa all day and become potatoes. So this definitely feels like it's harking back to that era. But all right, let's keep going.
Sometimes I just want to be no one thing. The intellectual
Poor flowers.
didn't make it out to California, where I thought I might clean the slate. Feels a little like I'm stuck in Seven Sisters, North London, Oregon. Maybe that's okay. Maybe that's fine. I'll be okay. I feel kinda lucky right now, and I'm not ashamed to say I can be happy, I can be sad, I can be a bitch when I am mad. I wanna settle down, oh, to fall in love. But sometimes I just want to walk. I love my life, I love my life. Sometimes I just want to let me lie here, let me lie here on the sofa, the sofa, on the sofa. Sometimes I just want to be no one thing. The intellectual beauty and the
I know we have almost another 30 seconds left about the sofa. But man, raise your hands if this feels like it should have been a Weird Al song. Anyone else? Anyone else? I mean, we're singing about, you know, enjoying the world on basically TV from our sofa rather than living it. That's the whole point of this song, apparently. Man.
hope I can accept the wild thing in me. Hope nobody comes to tame her, and she can be free.
Wow, I caught that just in time. Anyways, I can't believe we just listened to a song about hanging out on the sofa for like 5 minutes. This this is still a lot more poppy than like the live ones. I think if I had to pick between like the modern stuff and that stuff from the lives, I'm going with the stuff from the lives. Though the bros ones, I like that too. Not gonna lie. Uh, let's see if this other one is the other more modern one. Yeah, 5 months. Also a very jazzy beat.
Do I have to make you sit on your head?
And the way she just sang that very jazzy too. It feels like the the modern take is to get a lot more like jazz influence into their music, which to me feels weird because they're like a folk rock band. Obviously. Obviously it works for them. Let's keep going.
Fucking baby, baby man. Do you want me to show you who I am? See it's fire in my eyes, boy. That's so fresh in the pan. Look at me tryna play it hard. Might have spit my spine full for sure.
Then she cranks it up into the rock. Still very like poppy rock though. Can you put on the light? Look at me trying to play it hard. All right. I have to do some more commentary. I like definitely parts of the beats. Though these shifts are wild, and the rock that she goes into is very much like hair metal era type of rock sound, which kind of goes along with like the leotards. Very like late 80s, early 90s sort of feel. It seems like she kind of likes that era. Let's finish out this song. Just what I'm worth. Yes, I'm blue, baby blue. Every flower needs a neighbor with the dust. Yes, I'm blue, baby blue. Watch me and you'll see just what I'm worth. Oh, just breathe, baby, breathe. Every flower needs to grow up by the weeds. Wow! Yeah, very 80s, 90s with that rock part. I'm kind of here for that. Get that hint of nostalgia. Yeah, 80s nostalgia. I wasn't the only one. Sorry. I also, this person says reminds me of Blondie, which yes, it does. It does. Man, that is it's not jazzy in the way the other two newer ones are, but definitely still very jazzy. All right, we're not moving on. I'm just trying to hunt down where we left the lives. Actually, this one is a live, and it's not that other live performance. Let's take a sample of that. Oh wait, no, I guess it is the same performance. Getting some more folk vibes.
Bobby's just a friend of mine. He's on his back, I'm on his mind. He wakes me when he goes to work. His hands are cold, his breath is smoke. I'd leave him for you. If you want me to, I'd leave him for you. If you want me to, I'd leave him for you. If you want me to, I'd leave him for you.
Poor
If
Bobby.
you want me to, do you forget when we first met? You grabbed my hand, I tore your dress. I felt things I cannot express, but I lost my way. I made my mess. I clean it for you. If you want me to, I clean it for you. If you want me to, I clean it for you. If you want me to, I clean it for you. If you want me to, I know what you're doing. I know what you're doing. I know you. I know you. I do. I tell I paint pictures of my heart. The colors blue and purple start to bleed into an endless dark. It's only you. It's only you. I burn them for you. If you want me to, I'll burn them for you. If you want me to, I'll burn them for you. If you want me to, I'll burn them for you. If you want me to, but I know what you're doing. I know what you're doing. I know you. I know you. I do. I tell
Very much folk rock. Like acoustic folk rock. This is perfectly in line with what I would expect. And definitely great live, especially with the fiddle. I'm down with the fiddle. Also, they made it into duets, and it's a I forget the name of it, but there's a type of song structure which is all centered around different takes on the same, like, verse. In this case, it's I would do for you, but doing different things each time. I want to call it a round, but I don't think it's a round. That's the word that pops into my head, though. But yeah, very traditional style to it. Not a bad song, though. All right, I think this is the other live one. And I've loved all of their live stuff. So let's play this. Um, I will say already that since I need to go right around 4, this is probably one of the last ones we're gonna get to play. And here I was expecting to cover at least 2 artists today. That is not happening.
I ain't a plaything to make life exciting. I have
Gotta love the guest singer.
feelings safe from heartbreak if I never fall in love. As
They have
weak
such good
as
harmonies, too.
wording
Is
when
there a
you told me
name?
you're leaving, like you don't have feelings. Safe from heartbreak if I never fall in love. Look
They don't list a name.
beyond your
Man, that harmony.
and your own rules. See how far you fall, 'cause I bet it won't kill you. I ain't a plaything to make life exciting. You fucked with my feelings. Safe from heartbreak if I never fall in love.
Okay, I gotta say, this could almost be a country song. If they had that twang in there somewhere, I would totally call this a country song. Not gonna lie. It's only missing the twang. And that's sort of crazy because this is, a British band. Anyways, let's keep going.
As weak as your wording when you told me you're leaving. Not sure what I believe in, but I'd be safe from heartbreak if I never fall in love. Look beyond your wall, bend your own rules. See how far you fall, 'cause I bet it won't kill you. I ain't a plaything to make life exciting. I have feelings safe from heartbreak if I never fall in love.
No, don't. Autoplay sucks. It's not even set to autoplay, by the way. It's just that it's in a playlist. So it wants to play the next one in the playlist. Uh, as for that one, it is structured very much like a choral country music song. There are a small number of like country music songs that are done in a choral style. I think the last one I can think of is like a Dolly Parton song. It's not done very often, but that is pretty much where I would place that last one. Uh, I think Dolly Parton and like Sabrina Carpenter did a song just a little while ago that was very much in that like choral country music feel, but not to the level of this. Their harmonies were just perfect, angelic. If more country was like that, I would totally listen to more country. Country, though, tends to be about negative things all the time. I mean, it does come from like blues. Uh, Blues is definitely a huge influence on country music. So I can kind of understand why it's always negative. But geez, geez. All right. I don't think I have enough time for another song before I need to leave. So let me find someone for us to raid. I think. I think we're gonna go for a Tommy. We haven't rated a Kami in ages because she's been not streaming when I'm live. Oop, no, all the buttons are not doing the right things. All right, all right. I think I get it. Mostly working. All right. So, I'm probably going to do another music stream sometime this week. I won't be here Thursday though next week. Uh, so yeah, probably maybe like Tuesday I'll do another music stream. Uh, I want to see if we can maybe finish the current content in that Blue Protocol tomorrow. And if we do, then I guess it's time for me to go back to Jedi Survivor, which we also need to finish. So, lots of stuff next week. Um, I think that's it for now, though. So, with that, have fun, take care, and see you later. Bye.